Hey everybody. The current episode with our special guest, we had so much to talk about. We've had to cut it into 2 parts. This is part 1. Cheers. Welcome to Amigos Down on the podcast. My name's Doug. I'm joined here with Seb.
Yo, how we going, Dougie?
Yeah, not too bad, man. And unfortunately,
Unfortunately or fortunately?
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. But we haven't got Adrian with us today, but we've organised a special guest host. It's Crystal. How you going, Crystal?
Hey.
Good. Thanks for having me again.
Yes, welcome. Welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome back. So for everybody, May, when we did Amigos Down Under month.
Smack bang in the middle of the month, I'd say. Oh,
Yeah.
towards the end? No, she was second last.
Yeah.
Second
Yeah.
last on the...
Second last on there. So
Yeah, third, what was it? Third oldest, third from the bottom?
Yeah. However your maths is, man.
Yeah, shut up. There yourself.
Well, she's filling in some not so big shoes.
I was going to say tiny shoes. Tiny. The bar is
They're,
very
they're
low.
usually not shoes,
Yeah.
and let's be honest,
Yeah,
they're usually
yeah.
slides and
She's always
socks.
got slides on.
I've got the Birkenstocks on,
Yeah,
so
there
close
you go.
enough.
As long as you're not wearing Crocs.
No, not
There
today.
we go.
Yeah,
The
okay.
Birks are just as good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sweet. Who we got with us today, though, Doug? I'm
Today
excited.
we're interviewing a good friend of mine, Martin. How you going, Martin?
Martin.
How you going? How you going, guys? How you
Good.
going, mate?
You're good. Oh, I love it. Give us a bit of that Spanish flair that we heard earlier.
Hola, ¿cómo están,
Yeah,
hermanos?
there we
Yeah,
go.
Crystal, can you help us, please? I don't understand.
Subtitles
Yeah.
required.
He said, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Good stuff. I'm pumped, actually. And can I just say, before we keep going, this is probably the best layout. I've taken a couple of snaps for the Insta page, and you guys will see it. But make sure you do get on that Insta page that we have going. We're actually going to start a Facebook page very, very soon. So keep your eye out for that, if not already been done. Make sure you DM us. Tell us any experiences growing up in Australia, any Aussie sayings, favourite Aussie food, beer, whatever you want, really. Anything you want us to talk about.
What's the page called?
Amigos Down Under. Amigos Down Under podcast. Oh, was it Aussies Down Under?
I don't know, mate.
Yeah, Amigos Down Under podcast. Yeah. Look, if they don't know by now, fucking hell.
Yeah, I know.
But as is tradition, today we're actually starting a little bit different. Thank you, Martin. We're getting spoiled here. We've got some tequila, Doug's favourite, that we're going to start the show with before we crack one.
Some good Don Julio, mate, you know.
What are we
Makes me
drinking?
nervous.
Don Julio.
Which one? What is it? Is it
Reposado.
Reposado.
$100 bottle or something. It's good.
Ooh,
tastes the same
see
to me.
that, yeah. What do we say, Martin?
Salud.
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 I have to hold my nose to take
Yeah,
shots.
Doug's about... Yeah, there goes Doug. For those of you that don't know, Dougie's not a big fan of tequila at all. Neither is Crystal by the looks of it.
Oof.
But yeah, let's crack one too.
That's not nice at all, man.
That was nice. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that.
My soul has become Spanish.
Good
This
stuff.
might help me bring out some of the accent.
He's speaking Spanish by the end of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Or something.
Maybe
Or
not
gibberish.
Spanish.
Or
We
gibberish.
might have to Uber home.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know, man. Because I got Doug. I've got a little esky here with a couple of ice bricks. We'll put some drinks in there. Martin's, oh yeah, I'll chuck a couple. He comes over. Yeah. Well, how many did you have? Like 4 or 5? And then he goes back, grabs another 4 or 5.
He's
Then he goes
he's
back.
triple parked now.
He goes back, grabs another 2 or 3, and then he takes another one from the fridge, comes back, puts it on the table.
He'll be done by half time.
Yeah, next to his Foster's, which he's trying for the first time. Just had the shot. And what's in that? What's in that glass?
Campus.
Yes.
What do we got? What do we got?
Some mun. It's good.
Yeah, what is it?
GM mun.
Oh, fancy.
So Crystal's
Upper
bringing
class.
the class into
Yeah.
this.
I left it here the last time the Merc had a
Yeah, I know.
sleepover, so I feel like it's staying here again if we keep going.
We got rid of the Gronk.
Yeah. Upper class now. Yeah.
We're upper class grunks now.
We're Gronks. We're going to say Gronks.
Gronkays.
Gronkase. Gronkase.
Up until meeting Adrian of recent, I had not heard Gronk since like 1998.
Yeah. Yeah, he's rocking it hard, eh?
He is.
Yeah.
No one else uses it but him.
Keeping the
But
late
him.
90s alive over here.
Yeah,
It was like
He took
4.
a real Gronk. He took a real Gronk to bring it
to
back.
bring it back.
Also, I reckon we just do this whole episode, just bag on H.
He'll love it because he'll be writing notes.
Yeah,
To
get
come
angry.
back. Yeah.
Never miss an episode again.
Yeah, we'll get Carla to record him reacting to it.
Yeah. Well, fuck whatever.
Carla would be the best to have here for this moment. Absolute best to have it.
All right. So, as you all know, that we're speaking to Martin, really good friend, one of my best friends. I've known him for so many years now. How you been, man? Pretty good?
Yeah, right, bro.
How you feeling? A bit nervous?
Yeah, not a little. Which is, I've listened to all your episodes. You guys doing well, and I'd like to congratulate you on your
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks,
minor
bro.
success so far. You know.
Yeah, well, hitting on that, we actually hit over 1,000 downloads already, so
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
something for us. So,
Well done.
hey.
Hey, there's a
See, that's
milestone.
why we've got the Shempers.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done,
Yeah,
Martin.
so-
We didn't tell age. This is the party, the celebration party. Oh, well.
Which I didn't want him to ruin the party. You know. So-
He'd already be passed out somewhere. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
probably, yeah. Well, thanks everyone for supporting us. It's
Appreciate
been good to, especially hitting over 1,000 downloads
Yeah,
for us, so,
man.
which is
well
great.
done, guys. Well done.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Yeah, thank you for keep listening. And as I tell you, KS, when you're in the car with my missus,
Yes.
one of you play it in the car, the other one just play it on mute so it downloads, so we get more downloads.
We haven't been commuting together every Monday now, so we've got double.
Yeah, you can't see that's what got us over the 1,000. You can't, like the other day, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and the kids are all listening on one speaker. I'm like, no, all of you play it.
Play it separately.
Go in separate
Go
rooms.
separate rooms. Go for a walk.
Yeah, I don't
There
give a
has-
shit. Play it.
There's been like 3 mornings I've woken up and Julius is laying in bed with like the phone on his chest. I'm like, why am I hearing Doug and Seb in the morning when I wake up? And I hear your
Yeah.
voices and you're literally laying on his chest like he's playing the podcast.
Yeah, yes, podcast. Yeah.
There's some moaning.
Why was Martin there? I don't know. he was in the background.
How was it when he heard Lydia's voice in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, that one was freaky because I hear her voice so often and I was like, is she here already for work? And it's like listening to the
sleep in?
podcast. Yeah, did I sleep in? Absolutely.
All right, Martin, I've known you a couple of years through Doug.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be honest with you, man, and this is one of the big reasons I was so excited for this episode, was to get to know you a bit better. Because we chat, we have a laugh and all that, but I haven't really gotten to know you that well.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited for this one, man. So,
Oh, thanks.
my friend, born overseas, I take it?
Yeah, born in El Salvador. Yeah.
In Salvador.
Yeah, Salvador.
Whereabouts, man?
Man, I think it was in the capital. I think in San Salvador.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't had to think about my past in so long.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, well, whoops.
I remember, like a lot of things, but because I was at a good age. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, so how old were you when you came here?
I came in when I was about 10, 11. And,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so
I don't think we've had a guest
No,
to
that's
come here
older.
on that age, man. Yeah. Oh, this is going to... Sorry if we open up some wounds, my bro.
you're fucking calling me old.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, 2, 3, the
Yeah,
people
everyone's
come
been young
here.
when they
Yeah, a
come
lot of
to
people have
Australia.
arrived like as young children.
10.
Yeah.
So would you come here straight to work?
Well, I was a slave back in El Salvador now.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, no, I came. Yeah, like I said, I knew a lot of things that were happening. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
10.
wow. So your parents both are Salvadorian?
Yep, both are from Salvador. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about any siblings, brothers, sisters here?
Yeah, I got a older and a younger brother. My older is about 7 years older than me, and a younger one about a year and a half younger than me. So
Oh, yeah. Do you remember what year you came?
in 1990. I think,
1990.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, because Mama's family come here 89. That's roughly where
I came a little bit earlier than that. But
a good chunk of the Salvies were coming over. 87 to 90, 91, around there.
Well, that's how I know Dougie.
Yeah.
Because of his wife. That's the family we met from, obviously the church, the Salvo church, and all that everyone goes to.
Yeah.
That's what we met, since they came very similar time to us. So I know his brother-in-law, which is one of my good mates, his wife, and his other 2 sisters. So, because we used to be kids, young kids running around back then.
Run amok.
Yeah.
Nice.
It would have been cool arriving here at 10 years old in the 90s.
Yeah, it was quite cool. Like, like I knew what was going on. So that's the thing. A lot of guys that I know don't remember coming here. A lot of born here and all that stuff. So, but I got some really clear memories of like back home and me coming here. So
yeah. Was it a big shock when you came? Can you remember like how different it was?
oh, it's just peaceful. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like, you know, it was very different. Like, it was great to, you know what I mean? Like, I was excited being stopping over in the US, you know, but we were on the way here. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this size of this Toblerone chocolate. You know, you get to the shop there, you're like, oh, man, this is amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, now even coming here, like, which is so different to us. Like I said, I was pretty clued on and I knew what was going on there and all the war and all that stuff. So, you know, I remember a lot of stuff happening there. So, and there was always noises, bombs going off. So,
Yeah.
very different coming here, you know?
Yeah.
Very,
Was it the
very
whole
different.
like all of you guys migrated here together? So whole
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's-
mum and dad.
Yeah, mum and dad and us three. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So where did you come? Did you go to a hostel when you came?
Yeah. Actually, we went straight to the hostel thing. And, like back then, it used to be literally nice place. Like for us, like coming from suburb, like we had our own house back then. I remember, but like very different. Like living wise and driving. You know, driving the wrong side of the road. All that things
Yeah,
are shocking.
man.
As a kid, I remember actually on the way to the hostel, I remember we were driving. There was a big loud bang, you know, and I was like, "Oh, you just got car bombs here too," you know. You know, that's just like, you know, to me it's normal. And then the guy's driving and goes, "Car bombs?" Like, yeah, he had no clue what I was talking about.
Far out.
You know, like, oh, but I didn't think of it until now. Like as I get older, and I realized just to us it was normal. You know, like
No.
back in El Salvador, growing up there, car bombs happened like I used to eat like 4 or 5 a day, easy.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
So it would have been so quiet coming here and be like, "There's nothing happening."
Nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
we
probably
were-
the scary part, eh? Where it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, why is it so quiet?
Yeah.
Why is it so
Yeah.
quiet? Yeah.
It's loud over there. What's that? Pub.
Yeah.
that looks like a nice place.
Oh, it is. It's a magical place. As you know, it's a magical place.
As we learn later on, that's they follow the yellow brick road. You know?
You know, I often find people say that when they come to Australia, it's so quiet at nighttime in the suburbs, whereas, you know, our families back home,
Yeah.
it's lively, whether it's good or bad noise,
Yeah.
it's like happening.
Every day of the week.
Yeah. Every day of the
Friday,
week.
Saturday, it's every freaking day.
You could walk out at 8 o'clock in the streets here in Australia and be like, oh, it's silent.
yeah.
It is quiet.
It
Yeah.
is a big, that's a real big thing. Like in El Salvador, it's always noisy. Like, you know, and the house is not quiet like the ones here, no insulated. It's just
Yeah.
old, shitty, like brick built houses.
20
like,
people inside.
it's just, it's
Yeah.
just, and it's just noisy
Seriously,
everywhere.
yeah.
And I remember even like, you know, I mean, the way you hear noise, you know, like the only time you heard it quiet over there was a toque de queda, you know what that is?
No, what's that?
When you there's a curfew and you can't go out on the street.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
That's the only time you ever heard, and we used to get those all the time there because
Yeah.
there'll be like big fights or the government were fighting against the guerrillas or something, and then the only time you knew it was quiet, thinking, oh shit, I didn't hear anything on the news. Must be toque de queda. And if you get killed on sight if you walk outside.
Fuck.
You get killed on
Damn.
sight, you know what I mean? Like,
Shit.
yeah, so it's not. So here you're quiet, like, oh, they got those here too. Or,
What? So, how do you say it?
toque de queda, I think they call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Toque
right,
de queda, yeah.
Far out, man. Yeah. Again, that's nuts. Like, we haven't had any of those types of stories, man.
Yeah, it's actually interesting to hear.
Yeah,
like,
freaking
a
oath.
majority of the people I've heard on the podcast have come from El Salvador, but
Yeah.
everyone's had a very different story,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is quite interesting. Like
Yeah.
to see that.
Yeah.
Different ages too, though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, 10 there, it's a lot. You remember a lot from that age.
Yeah.
And
I
especially
remember
that
Yeah.
type of trauma. Oh, it is traumatic. Like, not...
Yeah,
not
you
trying
don't
to be-
realize that till you grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
until you go away from it, and
Yeah.
then
And you realize, oh, that's not normal. Like,
Like,
that's
yeah.
not... Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. You get taught this shows the way things are. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like a lot of things you got used to until I didn't realize till I got past adolescent that you realize that was a normal. You know, and but yeah, it's just coming here, I just thought it was. You know?
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool.
How did your parents find it? Because I know, like for my in-laws, they found it very difficult to find the food that they would cook with back home. But, you know, they've got to fend for their families and make sure there's a meal on the table. Could they get all the ingredients they needed to get here?
Man, shopping when we got here was an experience.
Yeah.
Man, I learned like trains. That's another thing. There was not trains in El Salvador. Like the trains over there were like ratchet. Like
Yeah.
and they're only for like going to the country or carrying stock and. But so traveling on trains, but we got pretty accustomed to it. Like We used to go to Vietnam, which Cabramatta. We used to go to Fairfield with all the Latinos,
Yeah.
We go to Auburn or like Lebanon, So it was quite good, but it's just you end up. We sort of fluked in a few shops. People walk in and you check out. Oh, there's that ingredient. There's that ingredient.
Yeah.
But you don't know what it's called here. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's the
It
difference.
takes so long. It
Calling
takes so
it
long
something.
to find everything. Like to cook proper dishes that you want to eat, that you remember as a kid. It takes so long unless you know someone here. And back then, there wasn't that. No one really came around and said, "Oh, you get this from me" or whatever. We literally traveled. Like me and my mom just loved traveling. You know what I mean? My dad wasn't like big on it, so mainly my mom. She like always making different stuff. So
Yeah. So can I ask, because you're a really good cook. I've had a few times I've had your meals and whatnot.
Yes.
You cook really well. So did you do a lot of that with your mum, or did a lot of that growing up, or you just sort of done it as an adult? Like, where'd that come from?
I think from my missus, she taught me a lot of things because she was very creative with what she used to do.
Yeah.
So, but because my parents, they cook a lot. Like my mum cooks a lot, and I know a lot of dishes from her, but they make them very different. I sort of
You've adapted it.
I sort of steer away from the full traditional. I love traditional, but I know I can make them better sometimes. Certain
Nice.
things.
Yeah, fair enough.
As Dougie will know. Sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he's.
Yeah.
And these guys always talk about, like, what do I make, Dougie?
Chorizo soup.
Chorizo soup,
I
man.
finally tried that, and it was
I had
brilliant.
I had Doug's version, and not saying like it's not good or anything. It was freaking amazing. And then I've heard, Doug himself said, "Bro, this is nothing compared to what Marta." And I'm like,
It was
I'm
hectic.
gonna have this, man. Like,
I'm
It was good.
the basic version.
so I'll tell you now. Next time the camping's on, even if I'm just gonna drive there to pick some up and drive back. I'm telling you, man. Every single person that tried that chorizo soup when you boys went camping, and apparently it took you like all day to make it. They said it was the best thing they've ever
Oh,
tried.
so
The
good.
first camping trip, I literally got there. I was chopping for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
But that was
Full
a big
food
pot.
prep.
That was a big pot. Like, looked
Like
like the pot, the Gargamel used to cook the Smurfs.
Yes.
Looked like that. It was a big pot.
That's radio.
Gargamel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we had everything. Like there was from ham hock to chorizo to diced beef to Italian
quality
sausage.
stuff too.
Everything.
Yeah.
It was quality.
It was
I will say, when you invited us over for tacos and tequila, on the drive here, I was with my girlfriends. We were like, this better not be some old El Paso shit. Like, we're going to rock up and
He
it's
can
like,
cook,
you're going
man.
to open some packets. We made everything from scratch.
Scratch
We
everything.
got our hands dirty.
Yeah,
We made
nice,
that
man.
guacamole. And then tortillas, like, they were not from a packet. We handmade
Oh,
that.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything,
bro, that's
the
mad.
whole
Thank you.
thing. That
Shout
was
out to Carmen
brilliant.
for making those for us.
Yeah,
Nice
that-
work.
his
Nice
wife.
work.
Carmen and what's the flour called that you use?
Masa.
Yeah, cool.
Masa.
I swear that's just what I'm going to call it from now on.
Yeah, just call it masalista.
Yeah.
But we were absolutely expecting like something completely different. It was such an experience for us to
Awesome.
come here and have that food.
Yeah.
And the tequila was great too.
Actually, on that note, because of that, when we get that masa, there's this guy that I've known since we were little.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you heard?
Yeah, we heard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man, I couldn't believe that. I was like,
Yeah.
so, rest in peace. I
Yeah.
mean, like that was, that's very sad because I've known him.
Long time, man.
yeah.
I don't think there's a Salvi out there out this way that wouldn't have known of that.
Oh,
like
man.
I'd never met him, but I've heard about him from about 10
Man.
different people.
Yeah.
I used to go
Yeah.
to him, like
Yeah.
my kids know.
Yeah.
My son knows that we used to go there with our old Coke crate from El Salvador
Yeah.
and trade in our old bottles, and he'll give us the new
Yeah.
case of,
man.
Wow.
That's-
like Cola Champagne and
Wow,
all that,
yeah.
Uva and all that,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So he
let's-
was our connection to like bringing in ingredients from El Salvador so we can have it all here.
See, that's why I actually asked that question, because it would be really hard coming to a foreign country and not know what you needed to make your kids' food.
when we found that bloke, we were like, wow,
Savior.
gold. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
you could
Yeah.
get there, it was like pallets and pallets of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Anything and everything. He had it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man. It's like, I thought I'll never meet God. But,
But isn't it funny that like somebody that can provide you supplies in that moment or you have a connection with becomes like that family feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You instantly go to your kids, that's an auntie or uncle. Like it's not blood, but it's that connection of those sorts of things.
And that joy he probably would have received from all that connection back to his
Bringing home,
homeland.
yeah.
But again, and no doubt incorporating this beautiful country and, you know, like we all have, into that, you know, integrating it.
And he was
all.
always happy. He was a happy fellow.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he was great. Like, you know, he had a big, scary dog. I remember he used to go to his front door. I'm like, oh, shit.
Man, if you're scared of something, fuck me, it must have been scary.
It was a big dog. It was a big dog. It was a big dog. But yeah. No, but he's, rest in peace, Angel.
Yeah, may he rest in peace.
Oh, let's talk about the 90s. You did school here in the 90s, so I feel like you're an OG.
Yeah. A bit.
How was the schooling for you, man?
Let's start with primary. How was primary? Because you came straight into primary.
Yeah.
Went
Yeah.
fresh,
What, year
right?
10? So you would have been, what, year
Also,
5?
No, I was year 6. I was upper
Oh,
grade.
jeez.
Because I came, see, in El Salvador, I think I was upper grade. I think must have been because they put me straight into 6 when I got here.
Yeah.
And they but because of I used to go to like a Catholic school, like it was probably the best school in my area. Like the president's nephew even used to go there.
Oh, you talking about in El Salvador?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Motor
yep.
crate and everything, you know, like they used to have
shit.
motor crate and everything, like
Yeah.
so you didn't get shot.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
You know
Wow.
what I mean? But yeah, like so coming here was a big shock to me. You know what I mean? Like, and then I remember we had to walk from the hostel with all our family friends. We know quite a few. We're still good friends with. We used to walk from the hostel to this primary down in Guildford, and they it was just that years old class. But because I came in through halfway through the year, I literally had to learn English within those 5, 6 months maybe,
Yeah.
because I had to go straight to high school. And
Yeah.
they don't have ESL there.
Yeah.
And I could only count.
You did it yourself, my bro. Fucking love you.
You were waiting to meet
but you know
someone
what?
else that was
But you know
ESL.
what? This poor bastard came in when he was 10. Did it for 4 or 5 months and probably still spoke
I know.
English better than me.
This guy.
Wait, weren't you born here?
Yeah,
Shut up.
It's exactly right. He was born here.
No.
Everyone that came here from overseas, it was a bit older than 3. They went to ESL. This guy was born here, went to ESL.
Shut up.
No, here we go.
I'm diverting. See, look at this. Genius move.
Yeah, okay.
Martin, we're trying to Fosters for the first time, aren't you, my friend? See, look at that. Yeah.
Tell us
It's
what you're
not-
into.
it's not.
Martin.
I consider myself a bit of a beer connoisseur, but
You are actually,
Hey, this is number 1 beer in the world for Australia.
apparently.
that was about maybe 30 years ago.
Martin, look at the top, bro. It's gold. And what does it say here? Ready? Premium quality. Huh?
We'll see.
What?
We'll see.
Let's go.
He's gonna.
right, let's
Nah,
see.
he can drink. Here we go. And he's about halfway now.
Oh, that
I
gargle.
am actually.
Yeah. You can say it. It's shit house.
I didn't mind it when I finished my can.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even describe it. I've never had nothing like it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
You wouldn't go and buy a case, would you?
no fucking
No.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
But if it was the last thing in the esky, oh well.
Mm.
Que siga la fiesta. Get
Right
the party
temperature,
going.
maybe. Right temperature.
I love how you had to do that extra translation for me at the end.
Crystal looked at you going,
Yeah.
Subtitles.
what did he say?
So have you been back home or brought your family back there yet?
Nah, just I never really, I got from young, got told, oh, we shouldn't go there and this that because of
Yeah.
how bad it was, and and now me and you, I just accepted it. My parents are a bit, like conservative, I guess, in a way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, it's just me not knowing. Now all I remember from back home is, man, I remember being pulled over in the middle of the street and pulled out and do, like gun pointed to the car. And
Yeah.
only because my dad used to be a teacher, he put his ID on the thing, and that they used to give him a pass.
Yeah.
So, that's all I kept in my mind from what my parents used to tell me. I used to think, oh,
So it felt unsafe, I guess.
well, yeah, why would I want to go? Like I thought, and as I grew older, I wanted to go, but all I thought was with the kid.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what I mean? Like, why would I risk it? And especially because I know people they've gone there, and because of they've been tatted up, they've been put in jail sometimes because they think they're gang related and all that kind of
Wow.
stuff. And I got a full, as you
Yeah, I
can
can see the
Yeah.
sleeve. Yeah.
How do you maintain, though, the heritage in your kids, like speaking Spanish and knowing all of those things without taking them back home?
The only thing they know in Spanish is probably food.
Oh, really?
They know
They
the
tried to
name of
learn,
the food.
The name
Yeah.
of the food.
They used to say,
Yeah.
like, they'll call my... it's funny enough because they call my mum abuelita, which
Yeah.
means grandma, you
Yeah.
know. But then they'll look at my dad and Ramon. They just like, they just would not call him, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they wouldn't call him grandpa, but
Yeah.
it's funny things I remember, but they remember food, certain little sayings.
So they don't speak Spanish, just you.
Yeah, we tried, and the thing is, you know, also my missus, she only spoke English, so, you know,
yeah.
but we...
Yeah.
Bit hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
and they were mainly at her house. When we first started, we used to be over there most of the time, and then when we come to my house, they'll get a little bit here and there, but I don't think it was enough, and
Yeah.
they didn't take no interest in it. So I
Yeah.
wish they did.
Yeah.
Now I wish. Now they think they should have. Now they look back and
Yeah.
they wish they did, but yeah.
Yeah.
It always used to be appealing when the bloke spoke Spanish. So I was like, why did
Well,
these
that's the
boys
thing.
not want to know?
I think that's why. I think that's why they
That's
want it
probably
now.
what it is. Yeah.
Hey, papi.
Hola, mommy. Look, I don't know if this is true or not, but I went to school with a bloke and his cousin, he's a philo bloke, right? Charlie. So Charlie would say his cousin would try and pick up chick by saying he spoke Spanish, and he would only know a couple of words. He would just say cutlery. So he would go cuchara, which is spoon. Tenedor, cuchillo. So fork, knife, spoon. That's how we try to pick up chicks. I don't know if it's a true story.
I feel
But-
like this is a legit thing. There are a lot of Filipinos there
Yeah.
that like try to pull off Spanish.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like I remember doing ballroom dancing and it was the same. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
He was like full
Hola,
presented
cuchara.
like he was Latino, and then I drilled right down going, we're doing ballroom dance. I was like, this guy's Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he said thunder,
Thunder.
I just straight away was like, this guy's not Latin.
No, when they could count the steps, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or,
So racist.
oh god.
In that little situation or that little combo there, Martin was literally. I just saw
He
him.
sculled the
I saw him
Fosters.
scull the Fosters and then grab the what's this? What are you drinking, Martin?
Del centro.
Del Centro
Del Centro,
Cerveza.
yeah,
Oh, the
Oh,
Guatemala.
the
The Guatemala
Guatemala
one.
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's actually good beer.
Yeah,
and he
great
actually he put it in his mouth, and then he literally did what you do with mouthwash. He just sort of swirled it around his mouth, pretty much everything, but gargled it, and then had it.
He cleansed his
He
palate.
cleansed his palate. Yeah.
I had to get that rubbish out of me. Sorry, guys.
No, don't be sorry. That's the whole point of it. Yeah.
That's all right. That's Foster.
That might be a segment. Shit
Beer's come a
alcohol.
long way in Australia.
One of the guys from work, shout out. Oh, he's a good friend. Shout out my Dark Knight. I call him. He calls me.
You had to do that in such a tone.
Yeah, no, he calls me Sweet Prince, and I call him Dark Knight.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Anyway, he
I feel like there's going to be a lot of people upset with that.
he sent me a photo. It's called Kentucky State Old Number 15 Bourbon Whiskey, Smoky Bacon Infused.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I'm actually going to
Sounds
try and
great.
track that down, right? And we're going to try it on
Anything for the bacon.
Anything
That's
for the
what
bacon,
that's what I was
baby.
about to say. I don't even like brown.
Same.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Hey, that's a filler in you. See?
Give me that pork.
Is there spam? Is there spam in there? But yeah, okay, man. So you did set rocked up here, 10 years old, halfway through year 6, from a different country. I'm assuming you spoke maybe 5 English words when you got here.
I
Hi,
could count
like
to 10
hello?
roughly.
There you
Oh,
go.
really?
So-
I could count to 10 roughly.
yeah,
That's
and
as good as
maybe
my
hello,
Spanish.
goodbye. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's about it. And then you smashed that out, went to high school.
Well, literally, because I had to learn that quick, and I don't know, for some reason I picked it up quick. Yeah. I used to teach most of the people in our class, like I learned it that quick, and then going to high school was a big shock, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. And obviously no one, I was still that kid in the back who say, Miss, me toilet. You know? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
So when you went to year 6, you were all in one special class.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
pretty much just learning English, or you trying to keep up with the curriculum that was at that time?
Honestly, I can't remember, but I know there was a bunch of us from all different sorts, all different walks of life. So I remember having kids from a few different countries,
Yeah.
but a lot of Latins, mainly Latins.
Oh, really?
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had your own little... Was it a clique, though? Like you hung together?
Yeah. I spent a lot of time outside the deputy's office because of some mutual friends.
Okay.
I'm thinking high school. We're talking high school. Okay.
You know who you are. You know who you are. But we should. Yeah, it's just. I was a bit. How would you call it? Mischievous.
Mischievous.
Yeah, mischievous.
But yeah, it was an experience, and because that school was very Aussie. Like it was Aussie ass.
Okay, the good food one.
Yeah. Like I remember, it was the first time I remember this kid, I walked past. Man, that guy's, I don't even know what you call that. It looked like they messed up his hair. It just looks fucked in the back. But it's like, it was the mullet.
Oh, wow.
But it was that dirty mullet.
Real deal.
It wasn't even faded. It just looked like shit on the side. It just looked like shit. Yeah. Looked like it just messed up the clippers and it just didn't finish it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You got half a haircut.
Yeah, look back. I think
Is it like a Joe Dirt style?
Joe Dirt.
Like that, without the peanut in it. You know what I mean?
Real deal.
But yeah, it was
mullet.
like that. It
man.
was like that. It was very different. So, like I said, our class was the only one like that. The rest of the classrooms, I don't remember seeing any multiculturalism there. Not much at all.
Yeah.
It was basically Aussie. So then going to high school, oh, mate, it was like
gangs, like prisons.
Legs, Turks, philos in the middle of the mushroom, you know, and the Asians own their like handball courts. You know, like it's like, hey, you're my turf puto, you know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Our area.
it's our area kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. What So what area did you grow up in?
Well, we're only in the hostel for not too long because my parents wanted to get out on their own as quick as they could, and they tried to, get into jobs because they, my dad, my mum, they both had good jobs down there. Tried to get in the same area here. So we moved to Parramatta, and like out there, it was another culture shock again because it was just like very multicultural thing, very. And now, like, look at it now, it's like a mini city. Back then, it was very advanced compared to other suburbs too, you know what I mean? So, I loved it because I could run across the road. I was in Westfields, Parramatta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well.
Running amok.
Remember that? We were literally across the road.
So if we go back, say in Carmen's interview, she spoke about like a little bit of memory where she smells eggs at a buffet, right? And it just reminds her
She's
back
triggered.
of hostel fake eggs because it was like a buffet. It was like you walk in the line and you get your tray and you get your food, right? Do you have that same memory, Martin, of that? Fake eggs?
Your wife, she's funny as fuck.
Oh, that's so true.
Fake eggs. I was like, man, like when I heard that, I was cracking up. But you know what? How the fuck would I know if it was fake? Because I didn't see her make it, so I don't know. I don't know.
I just saw food, I fucking ate it.
I don't know how she knew, you know. She just said, it tasted a certain way. And, like, I don't know. Like, to me,
You're just like food.
yeah, but because honestly, it smelled like, I didn't know back then because I didn't go to too many hospitals in El Salvador. But yeah, now that I've been to hospitals here, I remember now, I think it smelled like hospital food in a way.
Yeah.
Just very basic and, I remember just long lines in the same place was their rec room because they let on and they turned to a pool hall and later on at night, which
It's like a big community hall that used multi-use kind of thing.
You know what? It was like, at my age, I actually loved the hostel. I thought it was great. I thought it was better
like
than
a holiday resort.
Yeah, and actually, it was great because I used to go to school. Most of the people that live like near there, and then we would come home and we'll have because literally Smith family was down the road. So on Saturday,
Yeah.
they used to get all the new stuff in there, you know. And,
Okay, yeah.
we don't know. I'm thinking Smith family. I think, fuck, this family's generous ass.
I
love the Smiths.
I don't even know. So I'm thinking, fuck, my parents and everyone used to go there.
Yeah.
So all the new bikes were there, and man, I had this fucking thing looked like a Harley with suspension on it, and so it was about 20 of us kids with new bikes. We didn't fucking know. We didn't know it was poor shit. You know? To us, it was like,
Best shit in the world. Yeah.
But because of that place, the way it ran, you could literally run around like a gang with a bunch of us. It was, oh man, we will ride as soon as we get home. 2-3 hours. We'll have dinner, then go another 2-3 hours. Then go have, to the rec room.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, man, fuck, it's alive. I don't even do that now. You know what I mean? I got way more money now, but fucking like I don't do none of that shit. You know what I mean? So not to me. It was a bit of an experience. It's sad to see it the way it is now because it's obviously that proper detention center.
Yeah,
like
it's like a fucking jail, bro.
yeah, it's actual
bad.
jail now. Like
Dead set, yeah. Big
back
ass
then-
fucking fences.
back then, like it was literally townhouses with all your mates in it. You know what I mean? So it was great.
Without getting too political, back then it was people who genuinely came here to start a new life and what they hope to be a better life
Yeah.
Yeah.
by working hard, and that's the key word, working working hard, learning the language to an extent, enough to get you by or a bit over, and living the dream of being here.
Yeah.
It's actually something
changed a lot.
it's something the Italians often say. Like when they arrived here, they worked hard from
Fucking
nothing.
oath. Old
Yeah.
Italians,
You talk
Maltese,
to some
all
of them
that.
that the Italians are around at the
Yeah.
old school,
Fucking oath.
but then you get the ones that are like in the last 10 years that
Yeah.
are migrating here. They don't understand how they've not been able to find work because they're sitting up here wanting a job at
Yeah.
10 when you got to come in at a 5.
Fucking oath, man.
And so
Start
you
from zero.
often find
Yeah.
the people that migrated here, 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
don't really understand people that are migrating here in the last decade and
Yeah.
willing to take on anything to work hard. Like
Yeah.
my mother-in-law was a school teacher back home.
Yeah.
She worked for 15 years
Yeah.
with Cordina chickens and made a living for a family, but you could not do that to someone migrating here now. They're like,
No,
I'm not going to do
I'm
that.
not going to go do that. Yeah, exactly
I'm a
right.
professional, right? So
Yeah.
I can do
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like your dad, right? Your dad was a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a teacher. He was
You know what I mean?
So what did he do when he came here?
Man, it's like,
Whatever.
Did
to get
whatever
by?
he had to do.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he done when he first came here, but I remember he ended up being a nurse, like a registered nurse and stuff like that. But he tried to get into his field. And over there, he was like, I'm talking not just a teacher, he was like a high demand teacher because he was really good at what he did.
Yeah.
So, man, I remember going to 5, 6 different universities with him,
Yeah.
and he'll be minding it. I'll be sitting the kid in the back eating a taco or At least they had the best tacos outside though. I remember the guy with the trolley remembered me. Like, hey, you do? Yeah, sweet. But like it was that well known, so it was a bit sad to see him come in. Language barrier, like my dad still speaks fresh ass now, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he thinks he makes sense to me. Like, come on, Dad. Let's
You're
go.
speaking English. You speaking English?
Exactly what it's like though.
I don't even understand you.
Yeah, I know, but it's sad, but it's just the mind works different. You know what I mean? At that age,
Yes.
Yeah.
as I'm getting older, I realize, because you see, I'm getting dumber as I probably get older, but and it's just that, it's just your mind doesn't hold things the way it does, back when you're younger. So yeah,
I think it's also like the priorities you have as you get older are
That too.
different.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
you choose not to retain certain information as you get older.
yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of all the rubbish that you.
Yeah,
when you were younger.
exactly. But I will say one thing that I really love from like migrant parents is like the work ethic.
Yeah.
Like
they've
we
all got
all work hard because of those
Well,
examples.
that's what you get taught, you know what I mean? So you're
Yeah.
young and they try and instill it in you. The only thing I find with the old generation is that sometimes they try and instill their, like, different things, like things that we maybe shouldn't be, like, pushing us towards, you know what I mean? So, that's probably the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
They do. They push us a bit harder.
Yeah, they push us towards things sometimes that we don't want to do.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess.
But they're
Yeah.
like, it's the way we do it, the way we do things. But,
You got to find a balance.
which
Yeah.
now,
With the
like
older
even
you.
with my own kids, I try and push them to do like other things like that they actually want to do.
Yeah.
So they enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I get joy from seeing them getting joy out of it. You know what I mean?
I love hearing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I don't think my parents, they got joy if I did what they told me. you know what I mean? I don't think they worry about if I was joyful, you know? You know what I mean?
He was like, we
Yeah.
came to this country for you.
Yeah.
For you, mate.
I
Yeah.
sacrificed everything
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't tell you.
I'm just,
my problem.
I'm just here for the ride. Is there anything that you remember that was different, like food wise? For example, in Australia, when you came here, what all food was available at the hostel? Did they have baked beans at the hostel?
Honestly, I can't fully remember. From what I remember, there was I would say yes, baked beans would have been there.
That would have been the first time you tried them, right?
Yeah, to me, frijoles,
Just
you know what I mean?
food.
But I'm
But with
thinking,
tomato sauce, though.
and I'm thinking, man, what's this sweet shit on it?
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
frijoles is a real savory kind of food,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So all I thought of was, how do you like make this into a sweet dish that you can enjoy? It was baffling to me.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Baked beans?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't like it till I got older.
To older, yeah, okay.
Just
I've
'cause
never
it's-
found joy in baked beans.
Really?
Never found joy in baked beans.
Man, baked beans
I
on
love
toast.
baked beans,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not a fan. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them, and I haven't had them in ages.
The texture's just
we eat
like
them now.
odd.
Yeah.
The texture of the beans is just odd.
It is odd. I agree with you,
Compared
but
to
it's
normal
still
like black
mush.
beans.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's
little
too
balls
mush.
of mush.
Yes.
So good.
I love it.
I
So
love it.
when I was
Balls of
younger, I
mush.
didn't like it. So I remember my mum used to do the lunch orders
Yeah.
because I didn't know what
Was
she
this your
ordered.
primary or
All of a
something?
sudden, yeah, she'll get. I'll
With
get
like
the
a lucky
brown.
dip.
I'll get the brown paper bag.
Yeah.
I'll open it up, and the sandwich would be
I
baked. I'm
remember
like,
those
oh, what the?
yeah, but not just that.
I
Like you
hated
got
it.
the brown, and you just see all the shit hanging out the bottom. The
Yeah.
baked bean sauce coming out the bottom of the brown paper bag.
Man,
I remember
swear.
those lunch orders were the best though.
Yeah.
I remember,
Oh,
man, it was something so simple. Like put it this way. To me, it was rare. I would have ham and cheese
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
in El Salvador before I came here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When here, I could order. They used to call it a hot cheese roll. You know, it was literally half of like a hamburger bun with a shitload of cheese on it, melted on that grill. You know?
Ah, yes, I do remember those.
I remember
Yeah.
those. But that was the shit. And I remember this one
good.
time. This how I accidentally tried Vegemite. Suck ass. You know, I love Vegemite now, but like back then, I didn't know what it was. I never tried it.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, I went do my usual lunch order. They said, "Sorry, we're out of hot cheese rolls." And I'm like, "All right, yeah. What do you got?" And they're like, "Oh, we got this. Try this Vegemite." I thought it was like some kind of Nutella looking thing because it looked like Nutella. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll have some chocolate." You know, Man, they smother. You know the way you would,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
you
with
would
Nutella.
smother it with Nutella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. So it didn't look like the Nutella amount I like. Anyway, and I was like, I put it in my mouth with this Vegemite thing, and I went, "What the hell is this?" I was like, I spat it out. I went back to the lady. I said, "Man, I want my money back." What there was? I didn't know what, I didn't know what to say. I was like, and she's like, "It's Vegemite. Oh, don't you like it? Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful."
Oh, Yeah,
I'm
not,
like,
not 5 centimeters of the fucking thing.
oh man, it was so
Gave
bad.
you a brick.
So I didn't have Vegemite for like, oh man, so long until I actually tried it. Because of that, that scarred me. It scarred me. You know, there was someone like, I think someone on one of your episodes was talking about it. How you have to have the right amount on it. Pure butter on it.
Yeah.
It's got to be pure butter.
The
and
butter
then
is what makes
it
the
makes it
Vegemite.
because that spreads a bit, eh?
Yeah.
And it's got to be white bread.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
had
yeah.
it with
Oh,
wholemeal.
no, shit.
And then
Shit.
it's got to be white bread, toasted, but only lightly toasted.
Yeah. That's another thing.
Like lightly toasted,
Hey,
man.
you know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
So
exactly.
it can't be that. It can't be that brown
No.
shit. No, it's got to
Just
be
slightly
light- yeah.
browning on the
Yeah.
top, not
Yeah.
even brown, just
Yeah.
slightly browning, and you go, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And then the butter just smells perfect.
Yeah.
It's almost like good. And then straight away the Vegemite, it just goes with it. It just goes with it. You can swirl it around like it looks like a piece of artwork. Like, it's beautiful. I love it. Love it.
Gotta have the butter.
Did anybody else just get turned on with that?
Yeah, man.
Martin, the way you describe that is
It was the hand motions for you.
Yeah, it was. It was
It got you.
the movement of the fingers, the way he's moving his.
I was picturing another
He
thing.
just
Yeah,
went. He just
man.
went MasterChef.
That was
on
all. That was like we just need to play some Marvin Gaye to the background of that one. Just,
Sexual
some
healing,
Al
man.
Green or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, awesome.
And in that, like as I said, hostess with the mostest. Look at this. Presented like we're in a 5-star restaurant. Look at this.
Yeah.
I hit the gym
halloumi,
3
some
times
fried-
this week,
Yeah,
and I'm coming here and
same.
eating all of this
It's literally
food.
same. Yeah.
Oh my god. Me
So
and
much for
Dougie,
the
we used to
sugar.
eat a whole block of these, which I don't think is healthy, but we used to eat like what,
The
800
saltiness.
grandma?
Far out.
You'd be very thirsty after having that much.
Yeah, well, you just wash it down with some beer.
That's
Absolutely.
what we did.
We did.
Absolutely.
The old Tap King.
I remember that.
I just recently threw out our Tap King.
Right? They
Oh,
stopped
really?
making
Just
it,
Yeah, I know,
man.
yeah.
What
that was the
happened
best.
there?
How
Man.
much? But we went through nine canisters at one point.
Hey,
You
mind
won
you,
nine.
Fuck, right. How good was Tap
mind
King?
you, we messed up the first few times we had it. It was half foam. It was half foam.
Yeah, same. I fucked it. Like we popped it and fucked. I fucked the
Yeah.
first two, and then
Yeah.
we read the typical bloke didn't read the instructions how to do it. Went,
Read it
oh,
after?
that's what you do.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh man, we got the knack of it.
Who was the Was
Lionel
it
Richie.
Lionel Richie
Yeah,
was
Lionel
their
Richie was the
marketing
ad,
guy,
yeah.
right? For it,
Oh,
they used
that's
him.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, on the
that's what
piano.
absolutely sold
That's
it
a
to
good
me for
memory. Yeah,
Julius.
that's a-
Yes.
And then
That's
it
what
just
got me onto it first, I think. Yeah, that's just
Lionel could sell anything,
Died
and
in
we're
the
buying.
ass, but it
We're
just
absolutely
died.
buying.
Oh man, I bought it a lot. I bought
Same.
it heaps.
Yeah,
like
I used
every
to buy a
week.
2-pack of extra
Yes.
dries.
yeah.
2-pack of new.
We only just threw ours out as we were cleaning up because, like, you can't get the
You can't get
refills.
them.
You can't get them. They're
It's
done.
like it's useless.
They were smashing it, and then it just stopped.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
think because beer culture's moved on so much.
Yeah.
And you know what? the traditionals will always last. Like, you know, the way you're trying to push Fosters on me, you know, but that shit ain't working.
Whoa.
You know, but, you know, like the other one's still there, like BBs and other things and news and stuff. And they will always be here because they're traditional bees and they'll try and push them because to keep the name alive.
Yeah.
But bee culture in Australia, it is one of the best in the world by far. By far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've come a long way.
It's the crafting now. Like we're
it's just
even
craft.
craft.
And
Everybody's microbrewing. Everybody's making their own
exactly.
brew.
Yeah.
I've noticed like the biggest change in like the alcohol culture post-COVID is that people want to try different things, but they're actually going for a palate. Like, what does it taste like? Whereas if I think pre-COVID, it's like whatever's the cheapest, whatever I can get my hands
true.
on.
Yeah.
And now we actually have a palate for understanding beer.
Yeah, 100%.
Wine. I mean, wine was always there, but like it's next level. Like you've got 20-year-olds wanting to, you know, pick a really good wine.
Yeah, bloody oath.
COVID's actually forced people to go back to the crafts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and I remember, like, I saw a meme, and it was like, do you remember, you know, when it was COVID time, lockdown or whatever, and it was like 3 o'clock on a Tuesday, and you're like, yeah, I'll have a drink, and I was like, fucking 3 o'clock on a Tuesday, bro, 10 a.m. 10 a fucking m on a
When
on
they're
a-
showing the COVID numbers.
But you had an excuse.
Yeah.
You had an excuse.
Bro, 10 a.m. on a day that ended in day. Literally. Like, you had nothing else to do, so you fucking drank. I reckon the beer, the alcohol companies made a fucking squilling. Because I just know in my
for
household,
Sure, for sure.
in my household, I was buying a case of 30-pack of new, a fortnight minimum, and a bottle of scotch a week. And my missus we were buying 2 bottles
I
of
was say
scotch a week.
vodka was going.
Yeah, two bottles of vodka, sorry,
Yeah.
a week.
Mate.
Like, that's just us.
Yeah, that's some lightweight,
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I don't even
Oh, I
remember
thought I drank a lot.
Hey, I don't remember. Dougie remembers my garage. Remember I filled up my wall?
Yeah.
I filled my wall with cases of beer within about, I think it was 4 months.
Fuck.
Wall to wall to the back wall of cases. And I went to get it recycled. I think we pulled out like $250 worth of in one go or something.
And the returns.
Yeah. It was literally, it was COVID. It was COVID. Definitely.
Yeah, what else could you do, but?
Exactly. It was like, what the fuck are you drinking so early? I'm like, shit, it's COVID.
What else?
What else am I going to do? I don't
It
have
was,
to drive anywhere.
It was drink or watch Tiger King when that came.
Yeah.
Oh
Tiger
my
King.
god! Yeah.
Fuck,
Crazy, eh?
Yeah.
There's a mullet.
Crazy.
There's a mullet for you.
that was a moulet. That was a moulet. A moulet.
And so you grew up in Parramatta. What was the demographic in Parramatta?
I remember in my own building where like all sorts, like it was,
everyone.
man, I reckon there was probably 12 different nationalities just in my
Yeah,
units.
yeah.
And there was, I don't know, when they say to you, which I don't know, it sounds a bit racist these days, but like, you know, if your parents told you to go and get some bread, go to the Chino bakery, which is, you know, the Asian bakery, which is,
Baker.
No, it's true, but
it's true. Like, that's what you did.
That's what you did,
If someone told you to get Chino bread, you know where you're going.
Yeah.
You're not going to Woolies, you're not going to Coles
No,
or
that's
any
right.
other bakery. You're going to the Asian hot bread.
Yeah,
Asian
and you're not getting the loaf.
No.
You're
You're
going to
getting
get
the chino bread, which
chino
is the
bread,
long,
the rolls.
beautiful
Long rolls.
Long rolls.
The long
Yeah.
rolls that you would get, and half the time you'll get them half
Yeah.
warm, you know,
I would
sometimes.
say
They were the best. They were the
My parents,
best.
parents will say now like pan francais.
Yeah, pan francais.
Yes.
Yeah.
So French bread.
Which is nothing
French
French
bread.
about it,
Yeah.
but like, you know
Nothing
what I mean?
French
No,
about
but what it is because the Vietnamese, that's how they got.
Yeah.
That's how
Apparently,
they
the
made the
heritage,
bread.
I actually heard that.
Heritage is
Yeah,
from
exactly.
French, so the breads
But
that
why
they
do
make
you
that's
call it?
from
What is it? Chino.
Chino
bread,
Chinese bread.
Chinese bread.
Chinese bread.
Oh.
Chino means
Chinese bread shop.
Or
Yeah.
Asian. Sorry, Asian.
Yeah,
Like,
Asian bread shop.
Chino, like, again, without being racist, but Chino is
Which is called
Asian.
all Asians. Not even just Chinese.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what we
Everybody.
call, if we say Chino, we're talking
Generalizing,
about
yeah.
all Asians.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's
not
like when people say
Okay.
Mexican and they talk about all
Yeah, yeah,
Latins.
yeah.
Oh yes,
Mexican.
I
When they say
learned that
Latinos?
mistake very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
early
yeah,
on.
exactly.
Yeah.
People
All-
say Latino and they'll think, oh, you're Spanish, and they'll think
Yeah.
we're from Spain,
Yeah.
or from whatever. But like,
Yeah.
well, their class is all in the same thing. Same thing.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
similar.
yeah.
So you know, like that was a big thing. So you know, you had to get the Chino bread.
Yeah.
The butcher was, I think, they were Viets as well. So there was another
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
You would go down the road. There'll be a few Viet restaurants. There was Koreans, which I'd never have even seen. You know what I mean? Lead food wasn't really around back then, like as
Yeah.
much. Some Thai, you know what I mean, like things like
Yeah.
that. In the shops, you would see all sorts of different ones. You see Indian shops even as well. I remember getting the butter chicken with the cheese naan, and the garlic naan or whatever. But,
Yeah.
Even when you say cheese naan, it sounds like it's Latino. It's like when you were saying the
naan.
hot,
I know
or the
naan.
hot when you talking about hot cheese bread before, and I was like, it sounds like a Latin feast of some sort. But you just say cheese bread.
See all that was like, to me, it was a shock. Like I remember going to the food court and it was like massive culture shock. And it was funny because going to the ones that were meant to be Latin, like I don't remember, but like most of the Latin shops used to be in food courts.
Yeah.
Always had spuds. You know the spuds?
Yes.
Cut it in quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
that was
jacket
it.
potato.
Yeah.
You know the one?
I
And
love
they'll
the
have like
sour cream and
cheese,
chives.
sour cream
Sour cream
chives and all
chives.
that. And they do the crepes.
And then they had the nachos on the side. That was it at
Yeah,
Parramatta.
they had those El Paso kind of like.
Yeah, that was it.
They weren't too good, you know what I mean? But like, that was what people knew as Mexican. No one really knew.
And they added olives. I'm like, where did they come from?
Like all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, I think I went to. Did I say we went to Muswellbrook before I went
Muswellbrook.
away? And then I had a nacho platter at one of the
Ah,
RSLs
yes.
or something, and they had bloody olives in it. I'm like, what?
That's actually
What?
where I heard the story was you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What the heck is that? I've never
Same.
had olives in a nacho. Never, ever in my
I don't
life.
know where they would even come from in like having that meal.
I don't know.
Olives
Anyway.
don't deserve to be on the plate. I'm just
Yeah, I know. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Look, I love olives, but yeah, like you got to sort of, you have them, with a toothpick amongst chips
Not
and
even.
whatever, or mix, but just like sitting there, yeah, it's weird.
not an olive person.
I love olives. I do.
I
The
love
green,
olives.
the green,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
green. There's green
I'm
ones.
glad we're on this side of the.
Anything olives, I love olives.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
In
olives.
tamales, on their own, platters,
Yeah,
next to cheese. And then
yeah, I do love olives. I do love an olive.
Do you notice the difference in like the entertaining platters? So, like my mum's Australian, so you'd see her entertainment platter, and it would have the pickled onions, the olives,
Yep.
the cabanossi, and the cheese. But on my dad's side, who's Filipino, they call it pulutan. So if you're drinking, it's similar food to that what you're serving tonight. It's
Yep.
like you've got some meat, you've got some chicharron, all of those things.
And you got dipping sauces.
Yes.
Always fillers.
Yes, always like a dipping sauce of some sort. But my Aussie side was like pickled onions and
Yeah.
all of that. So I was like,
Yeah. See, my
Yeah,
parents
it's
not.
a bit
do all
of
of
a
that.
French onion.
yeah,
my
French
parents-
onion dip.
My parents do everything but dip, basically. So if you
Okay.
go to their place, they'll have manis or
Yeah, peanuts.
peanuts. Yep.
Yep.
They'll have the pork stuff.
crackling.
They'll crackling. Yeah. They'll have chips. They'll have the jars of the fried onion, like chili and normal. They'll say this side's the spicy one, this side's the normal one, whatever. And then my dad will be cooking the asado, and he'll come over and he'll cut up a bunch of asado, cut up a bunch of chorizo, everything, and just sort of lay it out, and everybody will just be picking at it.
Wow.